Okay, I'm actually on a cruise that week too, which is crazy. I'm on the cruise the first week of April. We'll figure it out. Okay, 3, 2, 1. Welcome everybody to SQW Rumble. One of these days, my lung and all the phlegm is going to come flying out of my mouth. I am Dolly Demovsky. You are watching and listening to SQW, the SideQuesting Wrestling Podcast. This is a very special post-Royal Rumble edition. We have to determine if there is a new champion or not. Plus, there's some news. Joining me as also, I'm very tired, so I asked the guys to record a little bit earlier, a little bit quicker, because I need all the coffee I can just to survive. Joining me, as usual, is young and strapping JJ Holder. You have to, what? I'll give you your own nickname. JJ
Perky
Holder. JJ off work early Holder. And John
fired up because you got a broken Wii U hard drive. Kia.
Oh no! And just like I'm fired up because I got a broken car.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Which is, so we're kind of in the same boat here. My car is just like 2 months away from being paid off, and I get dumped a $1,600 bill to do some repairs this week because it just the car lost it. I'm like, great, literally, I am that close to the finish line. And in your case, the Switch is 4 weeks away, and your Wii U hard drive fails.
Yeah, my external Wii U hard drive with almost all my games that I have on it.
Oh, and Nintendo is not good with you can re-download things, but you've lost like saves and all that fun stuff.
Well, the saves are all on the Wii U itself.
This
is my external Seagate hard drive, so I don't know what I can do with it, or if it can be put on something else. I don't know. I guess I'll find out.
Well, I guess you could just re-download
12 hours of downloading.
12?
Yeah.
More like 48 hours of downloading. Start now, you'll be done when the Switch comes out. Anyways,
just in time.
Gentlemen, thank you for being available to record a little bit early today. And of course, we have an awesome post-Rumble show today. And we're going to try to determine if we have a new champ. And we have a little bit of news. Should we do the news first or go into the post-Rumble, the Rumble results?
I don't know. Let's hit that Rumble. That's the hot topic.
Yeah.
Okay. So first, in general, what did you guys think of the Rumble overall as an entire show?
I thought the Rumble was pretty good. It was probably one of the best undercards of a Rumble in quite a while, in several years.
The opposite of what we were talking about when we were going over the Rumble stuff, where the undercard usually suffers for the Rumble itself.
Yeah,
exactly.
Sort of the opposite this time. The undercard is actually pretty great.
Yeah, and the Rumble itself, I enjoyed it quite a bit until toward the finale, where I went from disappointed.
Exactly what was going on.
Yeah, I went kind of from frustrated to indifferent, but it was a pretty good show. It was a pretty good Rumble.
Yeah.
I did find I enjoyed it. First of all, I really enjoyed it. They were good matches. The AJ Cena match was actually pretty good. I like that.
Oh, it was tremendous. Tremendous match.
Had some ups and downs early. I think they caught on a little bit later, which was great. So, overall, I really enjoyed it. It was the first Rumble I'd actually sat through and watched the entire thing,
including the pre-show.
Including the pre-show in years.
Ooh,
so it was good. I'm wearing my big boy pants today, so I've actually sorry, my big boy what's the underwear on top of my leotard. Anyway, so a great show, or good show at least. So let's get into the individual results now. The way we do it, the person who holds the championship. Let me rephrase it. The person who becomes the champion is the one who gets the most predictions right on any specific given WWE or wrestling broadcast. Now, I am the champ because I got a Survivor Series correct. We haven't really quite had a prediction show since then, so technically the longest running champion in SQW history. I don't want to...
Like Kevin Owens.
Like Kevin Owens, yeah, exactly.
Or Dean Ambrose with his US title, right?
Dean Ambrose the title, yeah, exactly. So we are hopefully going to see what happens this week. Now, I have not looked at who selected what. We'll go through the list right now, and then we'll add up the points.
I've completely forgotten, so this will be a whole total surprise.
All right, the very first match we had Becky Lynch, Nikki Bella, Naomi versus Alexa Bliss, Mickie James, and Natalya in a 6-woman tag match. Now, the winner, Becky Lynch, Nikki Bella, and Naomi. Now, the selections we had, all right, ready? I had Alexa Bliss's team, so I lost. Did not get that correct. JJ, you had the winning team, Becky Lynch. Yep, you had the correct. JJ gets a point. John, you also had Alexa Bliss.
Yeah, I figured Team Evil was going to win that one. I thought I had good reasoning, but then again, they need a new #1 contender. So
this is true. Yep. We'll move on to the next match, which is the tag team championship match for the WWE Raw Tag Team Championships. 2 referees actually they had for this match, which is kind of interesting. Cesaro and Sheamus versus Gallows and Anderson. Now, the winners were Gallows.
The Club.
The Club, yes. And the selections by us are... I had Gallows and Anderson. Circle that point for me. JJ, Gallows and Anderson. John, Gallows and Anderson. That's right. This is one of the ones where we got them all the same. We all get a point. Woohoo! So good. We are...
I'm leading right now, so you're feeling good.
You're batting 1,000. A good match, actually. It wasn't it wasn't spectacular, but I enjoyed watching it. I actually felt Gallows and Anderson did a great job of selling a lot of the hits on there. So it was good.
Yeah, I actually missed that one. I was in the process of preparing for the Rumble party that I kind of had. So yeah, and Peter was playing Pikmin 3, and
good choice. Yeah. And on the now defunct Wii.
Yeah, but yeah, I heard it was pretty decent. Yeah.
Yep, very good. Okay, next match. We had a women's singles match, which was Sasha Banks versus Nia Jax. Now, I strongly believe that Sasha Banks was still on her rise up. I had her going. JJ, you also had her, but the winner was Nia Jax, which John got.
I wasn't sure if I was the sole winner.
You were right. Yeah, Nia Jax for John and Sasha for Dolly and JJ. So that puts us right now. Dolly with 1 point. We're basically a third of the way in. I have 1 point. JJ 2 points. John with 2 points. So we're all in there. We're all in there. The Cruiserweight Championship title. This was Rich Swann and Neville.
Doc at Neville.
We all chose Neville, and Neville was the winner. So
that was like the lock of the week.
I think so. I think so. Yeah.
Like shoe-in of the week. Yeah.
Yep. It was basically a given. It was basically a given. As this next match, Charlotte Flair defeating Bayley for the WWE Raw Women's Championship. We all had Charlotte winning this match. The WWE the company is really pushing her. I mean, they're trying to get her.
I mean,
seems like it.
I presume Charlotte's first big pay-per-view loss will be at WrestleMania against probably Bayley. I don't know, but
But there you go. You're kind of making a pre-prediction already.
Pre-prediction, yeah.
Very good. So that currently sets us at Dolly with 3 points, JJ with 4 points, John with 4 points. We're all right there, guys. We are all right there. But time is ticking. We have basically 4 or 5 more points we can get, actually. So
yeah. There's a double pointer match as well, right?
Yep. There's yes. So let's get to the WWE Universal Championship. This is a no disqualification match with Chris Jericho suspended in a shark cage above the above the ring. It was as I mentioned it before. It seemed like the most wrestling thing, the most wrestling kind of wrestling match ever. A dude suspended in a cage. He was Jericho was pretty funny. I gotta say, watching him, he was the stuff he was doing. He dropped the brass knuckles at one point. How did he get that in there? I have no idea. It was good. It was very entertaining, and it was a good match between Owens.
It's actually a very good match.
Considering how many times those guys have fought in some kind of combination, they actually had a fresh match. It was good to see.
Yeah.
Yep. The winner.
Did any of us even think that was going to be the finish, though? Like there was
no. Did not. I did not.
Yeah, that's a weird way to end that match with Braun Strowman.
Yes. Well, that's setting up. That's definitely setting up the battle between Reigns and Strowman. But Kevin Owens won that match. The winners of our selections, I had Roman Reigns. JJ, you had KO. Oh, this is one of the ones that you had changed because you had Reigns first, and then you changed it to Kevin Owens.
Yeah, so I started fantasy booking instead of actually.
That's right. John, okay.
I flipped 10 times.
You had Reigns first, then you had Kevin Owens, then you switched back to Reigns, and then you switched back to Kevin Owens for the point. Well done. That was pretty funny.
Of course, the reasons for him winning didn't factor in at all. The reasons I had for him winning didn't factor in at all.
Right.
Yeah.
But that was a good match. Well done. And then that leads us into the final singles match, which was AJ Styles versus John Cena for the WWE Championship. Now, I went into this match feeling that Cena was going to match the record at WrestleMania. That there would be a rematch at WrestleMania between the two somehow, or in a future WWE event. However, that was not to be, as AJ Styles defeated John Cena. Again, it was a good match. It had some ups and downs early on. There were parts I think that felt a little bit slow at times because their fighting, the wrestling styles didn't quite always match up. But
you flopped it, by the way. You said AJ Styles beat John Cena.
Oh, did I? I'm sorry. John Cena beat AJ Styles. Yes, I'm sorry. That was me fantasizing. But no,
you're trying to get your point.
I'm trying to get my point. But it was it was a good match. By the end of it, I think they sold it, and then that roll up.
Yeah. Well, it was nice to see John Cena actually wrestle.
Yes.
He threw out moves that were unique. Like you don't see him pull off. So
right.
It was really, that's always well worth seeing.
He was real smooth this time too. He was not like that. Is it actually a Canadian destroyer? But the flipping, power everything that was really smooth.
Close enough.
It was close enough.
But I thought that was a terrific match.
I'm glad that he's given up that stunner that he used to do.
Oh yeah, that's right. I didn't see that.
Terrible springboard stunner.
He never pulled it off. He never eased into that one. Never figured that one out. So.
Yeah, Cena was kind of wrestling a little heel-esque in this too. A little bit. Some of his facial expressions and stuff were a little more down and dirty. I don't know. I thought so.
Yeah, well, since coming back, his sort of gimmick has almost been a little he's angry.
Yeah, a little edgy.
He's the outcast now since he's gone.
Oh, he's one of the part-timers, right?
Yeah.
There's been a big thing about the whole part-timers the last few months here, and it definitely came to a head in some of these matches and in some of the Royal Rumble itself. Where you heard the announcers specifically talk about a little bit of that growing animosity with the part-timers and the full-timers and all that stuff. So. But we're getting there. I think let's go over the predictions. I had AJ, as I said. JJ, you had Cena. John, you had Cena. Well done, gentlemen. So point standings as they are now after all the singles matches. Me with a lousy 3 points. JJ with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 points for JJ. John, 1, 2, 3, 4, 6 points for John. You guys are tied going into the Rumble. Now,
we know how this pans out.
Yeah.
Let me just let everybody know how the Rumble our point system for the Rumble worked is that we, the winner would get 2 points. If we nailed the winner of the Rumble, we got 2 points. If we correctly chose the second place person, we got 1 point. So you can actually get 3 points out of this. There's a chance that I could tie these two fine gentlemen if they didn't get anybody right. Or you could completely blow out the other person. Now, that's the joy of the Rumble, is that you don't know what's going to happen unless you're an odds maker, where apparently you knew exactly what was going to happen because those odds were updating for the winner, eventual winner, Randy Orton.
Yeah, it revolved all weekend.
All weekend they were going up, 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 to the point where JJ, but I think both of you at one point were just talking about the odds nonstop and how I basically was assured to win it in our chat. Yes, I had Randy Orton. And so you look how I sneaked that stuff in. I was correct. But what was interesting to me, there are a couple of things I want to get to. One, it was a great Rumble. It was to me, it was the most fun I'd had at a Rumble since that was the 90. Since the Ric Flair and the Shawn Michaels Rumble, 92 Rumble, since those early 92, 94 Rumbles, this to me was the most fun because there were a lot of ups and downs. There would be a point where you had like 8 dudes in the ring, and well, let me say, the only bad part to me was you had 8 guys in the ring, and they're all sitting on the sides because they're all drained and worn out and
exhausted,
and tired, exhausted. And then you have some dude come in and wipe out all of them. You saw Strowman come in. I mean, you saw Brock come in and just clear house. It was great to see people just completely clear house. It was great to see some of these perfect one-on-one matchups, right? You had Braun, you had Big Show up. There were some really great moments. That
only a couple of like surprises. Really,
Well, the perfect 10, right?
Ty Dillinger come out at 10, which
I was telling the guys here the whole time that it was just you wait. It was waiting for number 10, and sure it happened. And I was the only one who got excited because I was the only person who knew who he was.
Same here. I had no idea who he was, but
but I was happy. Yeah, that first like the first half of the Rumble was really good with Braun being so dominant, and then it was Ty and Sammy and Ambrose, I think. And the guy looks like Diesel's son, Baron Corbin. How they kind of worked together to get him out, like figure Braun out. That was kind of fun. I enjoyed that a lot.
And Jack Gallagher got a good segment in there.
Totally.
Yeah, that was fun. But
those
are really the only.
Sorry, go ahead.
A Big Show. I think those are the only real surprises.
Yeah, there wasn't a lot.
30 spot was a a
that was. Oh, did you guys see that reaction video of all the fans? That is priceless. So there's a wonderful video going around on Facebook, Twitter, YouTube of fans reacting to Roman Reigns being revealed as the 30th entrant, and everyone's excited, and you hear the countdown, and people are getting excited, and then Roman Reigns comes out, and you just hear a lot of people yelling, "What? What's going on? This is the worst." It was so fun. It was perfect. It was a troll to fans.
Yeah, that was so deliberate. Like
100%. Yeah,
it's as if they knew that was going to get booed. Like they had to have known. Like it makes you wonder if that's the plan now. If they're going to start leaning into it.
The other side of that coin is that they knew. I think they might have known that Roman was going to get booed out of the building, and then to have Orton, or if Orton was the choice to win it, who more would get Orton a babyface pop for winning than tossing out Roman?
Using Roman to push Orton is that's dirty baseball. That's
it's dirty baseball, but if it was true, it was genius as well.
I felt it was really good. Yes, you're right.
Our group was quite disappointed and frustrated. And I, as I alluded to earlier, I really felt kind of deflated by it. Not that I have a big problem with Roman Reigns. It's just, it's like, gosh,
It's because that like Samoa Joe, spoilers for Raw, was due to be on the main roster. Now, I'm glad that he didn't join the Rumble. In the sense of that was a great debut on Raw.
That was a great debut, yes.
But at the same time, you kind of want to. If it just felt so deliberate, like it's Roman Reigns, you know what you're doing, and
we know what you're doing.
What it was. It was intended to get boos, whether it be to get somebody over, or to just boo, just to give the fans a chance to boo Roman Reigns.
I wasn't sold on. I mean, they keep pushing him. Yeah, I know they're pushing him nonstop. He is part of that whole big family. You know, related to Samoa Joe, related to The Rock. You know, there's the lineage of wrestlers in that family. But at the same time, it's like, okay, we get it. You're pushing him again. Here we go. I was hoping for, you know, like some legendary. I was actually even hoping for like Ric Flair to come out at 30, just to completely throw
something
different.
Yeah.
No legends this time.
No legends at all.
No legends this year. I was kind of bummed about that, but I think in general a really good showing. Rusev was great. I love that when he came out, and he's kind of had a little bit of domination there, but had some good one-on-one matchups. And I actually enjoyed watching the one-on-one or two-on-one or two-on-two battles that were going on around the ring, even though the camera's kind of focused on one specific thing happening. It was cool to see the other stuff. I do kind of wish now, maybe for future Rumbles and future events, like big events like this, you can almost kind of choose your camera angle, right? That could be kind of an interesting thing.
Yeah.
I actually want to kind of focus on one of the others.
It was fun to watch Jericho just sort of play around the ring, like not be there, and then like he's just gone for like, you know, half an hour, and all of a sudden it's like, oh yeah, Jericho just
he's still there,
out or something.
Well, Jericho being there that long was a sort of another troll, because everyone assumed if Owens won, that meant Jericho would win the Rumble, and then he was out. He was in the Final Four, but he was out.
Yeah. Jericho was there longer than anybody else, an hour and 13 minutes.
Yeah, and it got him the. He's now spent more time in the Rumble than anybody.
Oh, is that okay? That's right. Yep, that's true. That's true.
Quite a bit, I think.
Was by what? By quite a bit, yeah. He didn't have very much.
Yeah, because like
well over an hour.
4 hours, and like Triple H was like 3 hours or something. Like that was the.
You had a lot of guys that were in there for. It was interesting to me was hearing of a lot of the guys that were in there for their 10th or 11th or 12th or 5th or like 7th or 8th Rumble, and me thinking, God, have I not watched wrestling that long to have these guys in like their 8th, 9th, 10th, 11th year already, which was just bonkers to me. You know, that was crazy. But I enjoyed the Rumble. I had a lot of fun. It was good to see even Ellsworth literally coming in and getting thrown out immediately, getting destroyed.
That was a hard one.
Yeah. I think everybody felt that one. But the winner was Randy Orton. And let's see who chose Randy Orton. I'm just looking. I chose Randy Orton. That's good. JJ, you had Jericho, so you were kind of close in your final four. John, you had The Undertaker, so that was you were close there. So I think, and actually the Goldberg Lesnar thing was kind of interesting too, because again, nobody was
Goldberg
expecting
embarrassing Lesnar again is a good.
Again, they're setting that match up. The final match between the two, I think they're setting it up quite well.
They are, yeah.
Which I'm thinking Lesnar's going to take that one. I almost hope Lesnar takes that one. Anyway, so I had Orton. My second place was Strowman, so I did not get that extra point. JJ, you had Jericho. Your second place was Miz. Did not get that extra one. Miz was all right in this Rumble. That's like a half hour, I think, something crazy like that. John, you had Undertaker, and your second place was Strowman. So this leaves us at a bit of a conundrum. I have 5 points. JJ was 6. John was 6. Now, you guys are tied. However, who were the final four? It was obviously Reigns. It was Orton.
Bray.
It was Bray.
Yep.
And then
Bray and Jericho.
And Jericho. So, oddly enough, with that said, the one person who had one of those four in there was JJ with Jericho. So in a weird way,
partial credit is what you're saying.
It's partial.
6.5 points.
It's like point. It's a quarter of a point.
Quarter of a point.
Quarter of a point, which I'm gonna be a gentleman, and I'm gonna hand over my title. John, I'm sorry, you were close with the Undertaker, but I believe that JJ is now the current SQ, the second time,
the
first two-time SQW champion.
I was co-holder the first time. But...
That's true. You were co-holder the first time. Yeah.
I would reach for my belt, but it's just out of reach.
Congratulations, JJ. It was a good show. I think this was we'll know for future events. Let's get these tiebreakers really figured out ahead of time.
Yeah. As soon as Braun came out, as soon as Braun was out early, I knew I didn't have him as my number 2. Yeah.
Yep. I was surprised.
I felt good for a little while because Jericho was still in there towards the bitter end. I was like, I still got a chance. Maybe the odds are wrong.
There was a part of me that after Ambrose came in and he looked really good early on, I thought, you know what? There's a chance that Ambrose could win this thing, which would be the weird underdog surprise. But then he went downhill. Maybe with a few minutes left in his time, you could tell right away that he was done. He was getting cooked. Yeah. Although, so here's the interesting thing that I thought, and maybe this is a conspiracy theory side of me. It felt like when Goldberg was, got tossed out of the ring, it kind of seemed like he was meant to stay holding on to the ropes, but
he was trying to hang on a little bit.
He was trying to hang on a little bit, but it looked like his foot slipped, which caused him to let go of the rope. So I kind of felt like maybe he was supposed to stay a little bit longer or win it, or who knows.
Mm-hmm. I didn't notice that myself at the time. I have to go back and look at it, but that's interesting.
Yeah, the way he falls out of the ring is just clumsy.
Yes, yeah.
So it sort of looks, it's either one of two things. Right. He was either supposed to hang on, or he just fell like a doofus out of the ring.
Exactly. Either way,
and it's Goldberg, so it's Goldberg. Falling out like a doofus is definitely
it's up there. It's not uncommon. But a great Rumble, great show, great job, JJ, in winning. You are the new SQW by a hair. You're the SQW champ. That's all right, John. That just leaves the next event, which is just a couple weeks away, I think. Right? We have a pay-per-view coming up or so, somewhere around there. But before we do, let's get into a little bit of news. We had an injury to talk about. Yes, go ahead, JJ. Tell us.
Well, this can parlay into sort of some other new stuff we could talk about too, but. So on the finale of Raw this week was Samoa Joe's being brought in as Triple H's muscle.
Mm-hmm.
His destroyer, if you will.
Destroyer, yes.
Yes. He attacked Seth Rollins, and during the exchange, Seth Rollins hurt his knee again.
Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm. It was hard to see at first how it happened, but then after a couple of replays, I saw that. I thought, okay, yeah, I see. I think I see the point where his knee kind of gives out.
It sounds like it was when Joe was taking him down for the Coquina clutch.
Yes. Yep.
Yeah. So that seems like that's where it happened, and we don't really know how severe it is right now. So
I've heard anywhere from 8 weeks through to well past WrestleMania. So it doesn't seem like it could be.
8 weeks will put him back in line to still have a WrestleMania match, but that's no wrestling. That's cutting out the Samoa Joe feud in between, and just doing vocal promos and stuff between now and then. So is it worth it? I guess.
Right.
Based on how the WrestleMania card's kind of shaking out right now, especially with this injury, it may be worth it if he can make it back by Mania time.
Yeah,
it may be worth it. We're going into a dead zone at WrestleMania for a little while.
Well, so pretty much the only sort of guarantees that you have at this point is, well, you only have one guarantee, and that's Goldberg and Lesnar. They already, that's. So you have Randy Orton's going to be in the title picture. So speculation is it will be Bray winning at Elimination Chamber. So you have Orton, Bray at Mania.
The Wyatt feud, yeah,
because Orton versus Cena main eventing a WrestleMania is the most boring
Yeah. Yep.
Like possible. I looked it up because after I pointed it out to my dad, because my dad was watching Rumble with me. He watches 2 wrestling shows a year with me, and that's Rumble and Mania. It was his birthday, so I somehow was still able to talk him into watching wrestling. He always jokes because every time he turns into Monday Night Raw after not watching for a long time, it's always John Cena versus Randy Orton. He's like, I've seen these guys wrestle 50 times already.
Yeah.
So I immediately pointed out to him that, Randy Orton won, and that means Cena just won the championship. And he cursed pretty loudly. But I had to look it up, and they have wrestled singles matches 121 times.
Oh my Lord, you were right. I thought you were joking when you mentioned that.
No, I looked at. Well, if you look at every time they've been in the ring together, it was like 370 times or something like that.
Oh my Lord, good.
But no, they have wrestled since their debuts 121 times in solo matches.
It'll be 122
on TV. That's not including house shows or whatever. Like.
It'll be 122 on Tuesday. They're doing the match on Tuesday.
Yeah.
Are they really?
Yeah.
Which I think
for whatever reason.
Which I think probably means that Cena won't be at Mania fighting Orton at Mania, but.
Well, because the rumor for Cena now is him and Bella versus Miz and Maurice.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That sounds. I mean,
sounds horrible.
It's so terrible that that's probably true. Like,
yeah,
that sounds like a John Cena making a call kind of move. Like this is a match that he wants to do at Mania or something. Like,
and for some reason,
help co-promote Total Bellas or something like
right?
And for some reason, the rumor is also that Nikki is retiring after this match.
Oh, really?
I don't know. I don't know what that's all about, but yeah,
sure.
Just terrible.
Yeah.
I want Miz versus Daniel Bryan. God damn it.
Yeah. It's never gonna happen. It
won't never happen. But
But so the Undertaker match is all up in the air because nobody really knows what the Undertaker match is.
Yeah, and it'll be his last one.
Yeah, they set up like 2 or 3 different guys. They set up Braun Strowman. They set up Roman. It's probably gonna be Roman.
Yep.
But
and the Undertaker will win it somehow. Man, did he look bad? He was hurting pretty bad after the Rumble.
Yeah,
you could tell.
Like in the match, it looked bad. Like,
yeah,
it's time.
It's 100% time. It's time. Thank you, Undertaker. It's time. The
reason I want the Undertaker to retire is super selfish, but I just want to be able to have Undertaker stuff where he can talk about his career, not as the Undertaker.
Totally agree. I totally agree.
Like, I want there to be an Undertaker DVD and have him talk about his career and talk about not have to pretend
the American Badass
year. Zombie.
Exactly. That'll be a network special. That'll be a big deal if he actually breaks character.
It will be a huge the year he retires will be the same year that he's in the Hall of Fame. That's like that's a guarantee.
Yeah.
Totally true. Well, it's going to be a very interesting lead up to the to WrestleMania because there's a lot of unknowns right now. Yeah, like you said, there's only one, maybe
one
two
match
matches
that was a guarantee. Like Seth Rollins versus Triple H was a guarantee. That was one of those, and that was going to be a good match. That was just going to be like now, like Triple H is training for a match, so they're gonna have Triple H wrestle at WrestleMania. So
that's right.
They were talking about turning Joe. like work the storyline over the next few weeks to have Joe be the match, but that sounds terrible.
Well, one of the things
I also heard.
Go ahead.
I also heard a rumor that they might just move Joe to SmackDown.
Oh, really? Okay.
Have him feud with Cena, that kind of thing, which would be a much better match.
I could see that. Well, one of the interesting things is, there's just a couple quick notes that I wanted to bring up. This was the XFL debut tonight, which is something we can watch. We can talk about.
Right, yeah.
We can talk about that in the next episode. Yeah. And speaking of shows, Lucha Underground.
Mm-hmm.
John, you want to tell us?
That's a big deal. Yeah, Lucha Underground is going to be debuting on Netflix at the middle of this month.
First 2 seasons.
The first 2 seasons, which is tremendous. I have full intentions to rewatch seasons 1 and 2.
Absolutely.
and legally this time.
Yeah, it'll be nice to get some sort of high quality legal streams.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, I didn't watch either. I didn't watch it at all either. I got into a little bit of season 3 before my DVR got filled up with kid shows. So this will be good for me to actually kind of get kicking into it. I'm looking forward to it. It's going to explode in popularity.
I agree as well. This is finally a major platform that is going to reach everyone that they want to reach. So it's definitely be great. I mean, that first season has quite a few episodes, and I find like the second half of that season after Aztec Warfare is really killer stuff all the way up to the end, the Ultima Lucha, and well worth investing the time in.
I'm looking forward to it. Absolutely. I'm looking forward to it. Very cool.
I read that Netflix bought a documentary that was the Hogan versus Gawker documentary.
Really? Netflix?
Oh, yeah, I heard about that. I heard that too.
That's cool.
That'll be this year sometime too. So that's
awesome.
Worth watching.
Yeah, I got to give it up to like Netflix and Amazon for pulling off this kind of stuff. And Amazon has been the ballsy one lately, but there's some good things coming out. And of course, tonight, like I said, this was the XFL is tonight, which will be a phenomenal shit show, a phenomenal showing of a shit show debacle, and how I can't wait. I can't wait to talk about this next week because I have many thoughts about the XFL and how we watch the. What's that?
You have to say it right, This is the XFL.
This is the XFL. I watched every single XFL game as it happened.
Did you?
I am a super huge football fan, and
it's more football after football.
It's more football, and I was big into. I had just gotten back into wrestling at the time, and this is perfect. This is great. I'm excited, and wow, it got boring so quickly, Like literally, by that second week, I thought, okay, maybe they'll score like 2 touchdowns in this game if I'm lucky. And look, they changed the rules. Okay, we'll talk about that next week. We'll watch. This was the XFL.
I've been very excited for this one. I love 30 for 30s, and this one is right. Like, converge the two.
Totally. So, for all of our listeners and viewers, watch that because we'll do almost like a book club type of thing. We'll get into this next week, gentlemen. There's going to be a lot to talk about WrestleMania over the next few weeks. Mm-hmm. I appreciate the time you've spent today. We were able to do a nice shorter episode. We knocked that out a little bit, about 40 minutes or so. So still short episodes for us, right? I'm like, I messaged the guys that time. We got to do a really short episode. And of course, it's like 40 minutes, but that's totally fine. It's a good amount. Thank you guys. We will have some guests on upcoming episodes here. A lot of folks have been taking a liking to our show and being on it. So expect some good folks to pop on here pretty soon. You can find us at SQW Podcast on the Twitter. Great job, guys, live tweeting everything over the last couple weekends, especially this past weekend. Awesome work, John. Your classic Rumble stuff was great.
It was a lot. I when I had it all done, I looked back at how many posts I had done. I was like, oh God, I hope I didn't drive
perfect. It was absolutely perfect. You kept me involved with a lot of this stuff, so that was great. Gentlemen, thank you so much. You can find me personally at Dolly Demovsky. You can find us at SQW Podcast and sidequesting.com. John, where can we find you?
At John Kehoe on Twitter.
At John Kehoe. And two-time champ, JJ Holder. Where can we find you?
At _double_J.
Woo, baby. Thank you very much. We'll see you on the next.
I'll be 16-time champ by some point. I'll work for it. This means I have to lose a bunch, but I can do it.
He'll be back with a tear in his eye.
The tear in his eye. Take care, everybody. We'll see you guys. Bye.
Bye.